they will seal the edge, right? They will seal the edge with flour or whatever, prevent it for the smoke to come out.
You have the mutton biryani, you have the chicken dum biryani, as well as fish and prawn, and the prices range from about $6.50 all the way to $7. This place, Ya Kadir, it sells few options of different types of biryani. You have the mutton biryani, you have the chicken dum biryani, as well as fish and prawn, and the prices range from about $6.50 all the way to $7, and that is about roughly the price of a hawker center food. But that doesn't mean that it's a hawker center food and the quality is inferior, but in fact you can find one of the most delicious and nice nasi biryani all around Singapore in most of the hawker center over here. And being Tekka in Little India, that's the hub of, you can find prata, you can find roti, chapati, you can find different types of stalls selling biryani, and each of the stalls over here have their own specialty. So when we came here around 7:50, the shop was just about getting started, preparing at the back, layering up their rice, as well as putting in the ayam, the mutton and all that. And then when we come back about 1 hour later, the crowd has started forming. So this place in Tekka Market on Sunday is going to be especially packed and busy when it comes to after 10, and that's where you find the lunch crowd starts to come streaming in, and we can find that this place, the sittings will be packed to the brim.
Betul இருக்குல்ல?
ayam goreng banget ada. Apa?
Dapat online.
Tekka Market. After day, one by one.
Oh, yeah lah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the first one, ah.
So every day 25 kilo cook, and then
Every day morning
Then
8:30.
minimum. So weekend will be more lah.
depending on the
Now 9 start on mutton.
Okay.
what you say just now, the first pot, right? First pot is one bag. So 25 kg.
25 kilo.
25 kg. Right.
Then in terms of the meat, the mutton also 10 kilo.
Like we use like 10 kilo chicken, 10 kilo mutton.
Okay.
So we cook outside. So what we do, we cook the meat, chicken.
Hey, Pasha.
Half up. Cook half up. Half cook.
Half
Then
cook,
after that, once
then
we
layer.
cook the rice, after rice also we cook half. Half cook. Then we put everything inside. The meat or everything put inside, then we put onto the cow. So let it go under slow flame.
Slow flame.
So we won't put a high flame or low flame.
Because if not, the bottom will burn.
So we want all the rice, meat, all to be cooked. So that the flavor will go into the rice.
Okay. Then every day, 7 days a week open.
Yeah, 2 weeks once we close. Every Tuesday.
Every day like this, huh? Every day. Hari-hari macam gini, ya?
Every day
Like this.
Okay, basically what variety we have is we have chicken, mutton, and then fish and prawn. So prawn, I think we just recently when you started, yeah, because of demand. People like us, why every time chicken, mutton, fish, no other variety. Yeah. So they want something different. So we actually started out with prawn, and we actually even have a quail, a small but quail biryani. Yeah, small. Yes, but the demand was also responded. So compared to the prawn, quail is not so demanding. So we stopped the quail, then we carry on with the prawn. Yeah. So basically our most sellable is chicken and mutton. Yeah. So because what we do is we will cook the meat and the rice together. Yeah. So what we do is actually we cook half cook actually. So half cooked, and then in the end we will put the layer up everything. We will put all the kind of spices on, and then we will cook almost about an hour under slow flame.
Is it layers together?
No, prawn is separately. Prawn itself only for prawn and fish, because we can't put fish and prawn inside because of the reason is they break very fast for fish. For prawn, because they give out water. So what we do is the prawn we do separately sambal prawn. So whoever they want prawn biryani, we just put in the prawn on top and we serve. Whereas only for chicken and mutton, only we have dum, we will cook inside together with the rice. Yeah. Okay, but the difference between normal biryani and dum biryani is that for normal biryani, they only cook the rice. Of course, they put all the spices, but it's just purely the rice, chiffon rice. Then come together with other meats, whichever they want. But whereas for dum, right, dum is actually, you are actually cooking the meat together with rice, together with all the spices, prevent it together with the steam meat. So for dum, right, what they do is they cook together with the steam inside. They don't let the steam go out. So they cover up the whole pot. So it's whatever steam, hotness of the freshness, everything is inside the pot.
It's the steam from the rice and cooked.
Yes, correct. So the heat up plus the steam, hotness, everything is inside, right? There's no way for the steam to go out of the pot. So everything is inside. So that's why we call it name dum. The meat and the chicken and mutton is half cooked. In the end process, put everything inside and then put all the spices, cook it.
And then at the end you put like any ghee.
After cook finish already, right? What we do is actually we break it up and then we rearrange everything again. And then we put in all the other condiments. The ghee, cashew nuts, mint leaf, fried onion, and masala. Dum biryani originated from, if you ask me, I would say from India. Northern part of India? Northern or southern of part?
So different chefs will cook different ways.
Yes, for dum, because the traditional way of dum biryani, if you see compared to India, right, they would do it in a different way. Meaning that, for what I know, they won't use gas stove. They use charcoal. And then they will cook. They will put everything inside. They will seal it up. They will seal the edge, right? They will seal the edge with flour or whatever. Prevent it for the smoke to come out. Yeah. And then on top, they will put all the, the charcoal where they used to cook, right? So what the difference between there and here is the aroma. When they cook in India, when I say about the charcoal, right? When you open up, you have kind of charcoal smell, the burnt smell, which they like it, together with the fragrance of the rice, spices, or maybe the meat. That's the original way of cooking of dum. Well, Singapore we can't use that charcoal, it's not practical. Because they cook it because of function-wise, so no problem at the time. Whereas in terms of business, we can't use charcoal because it takes a lot of time. And yes, but they got space here, we got space constraint. And then when you use charcoal, right, it will take more time. So you must be patient, you must have the time to wait until it's fully cooked. That's the only difference between India and Singapore. Yeah, like what you say, maybe like Pakistan, like northern, southern, they have right. So some people they put a lot of spice, meaning the rice is a bit spicy. Or maybe I wouldn't say the rice, I would say the curry, the masala. They will make it a bit more spicy. Yeah, so this varies according to people what they want.
So what you have is that the first floor is all the hawker centre on the left side, depending on where you're standing. On the left side, and in the middle is actually the wet market. You can find your vegetables, you can find your mutton, seafood, a lot of options over here to buy. The second floor is all about the clothing, the Indian lenga and pants and all that. So I find there are more options for women over here than men. And of course, in between there are a few makeshift tailor sitting outside doing their work. Hello. Alright, so that's the end of the episode about Yakadir Nasi Biryani, and we'll see you in the next one.